The following program is a SUTV student production. The views expressed are not necessarily those of Salisbury University, the University System of Maryland, its regents, administration, officers, employees, or representatives.
Such as Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Haney.
7:30 in the morning beside the Wayne Street Park. Good evening and welcome to SUTV Evening News. I'm Brooke Reese. We begin tonight's broadcast with a controversy that is affecting us nationwide. Within the first month of his presidency, Donald Trump has placed an executive order that has many outraged in our community. Miranda Haney has that story for us tonight.
Hundreds of Salisbury community members gathered in the downtown plaza Saturday for the No Ban, No Wall, No Registry rally. The rally was organized by SU alumnus Molly Likovich, who said she was inspired after attending the Women's March in D.C. earlier this year.
All the speakers had a similar message. They kept saying this can't be the end of speaking out. This can't be it. You have to do the work. And I thought about it, and I had never really done much of the work outside of online YouTube activism, and I didn't feel satisfied with that. And I thought, if I'm so unsatisfied with how people are being treated and I have a position to do something, why not try?
The demonstration was well attended both by opponents of the Trump administration and proponents. SU student and Maryland College Republicans chairwoman Patty Miller said she came out to hear both sides of the debate.
I know for me, I have my side. It's funny. It's not political, I think, in any way. But I kind of just want to hear both sides of the story. That's what I did when I went to Washington for the protest and the inauguration and the Women's March. It's just important to hear other people's opinions.
Although Likovich received several online threats from opposers in the days leading up to the rally, it was largely peaceful. From SUTV News, I'm Miranda Haney reporting.
Thanks, Miranda. And protesters were not the only ones feeling particularly political this week. Salisbury University Provost Dr. Diane Allen announced her retirement last Monday with hopes of protecting our nation's education. I sat down with Dr. Allen this week to discuss her future after this semester.
Well, I just announced last Monday, a week ago, that I was going to retire after almost 30 years in higher ed. And go back and be closer to my family. But I think what kind of pushed me to doing it at this point in time was the fact that I really want to be more politically active in the area of education. I think I have lots of concerns, and I also have grandchildren that I want to have the same opportunities that I had. So this was the perfect time. You know, I would just say this to students, and I know that right now things seem a little tumultuous in the world. Take advantage of every single opportunity that you have. Don't limit yourself, because you never know what the future's going to bring to you.
And Dr. Allen will officially begin her retirement on June 30th. She plans to move to Tulsa, Oklahoma to be closer to her family. And now Stevie Marie is here with us in the studio to tell us what this weekend's weather is going to bring to us.
Brooke, yeah, we did have some pretty cloudy skies earlier due to a weak low pressure system sitting directly above us. But good news is that those temps feel amazing out there, definitely above average for this time of year. 58 is the warm spot right in Baltimore, 54 in Easton, 50 in Dover, as well as right here in Salisbury. Now those winds are going to be relatively calm, a bit stronger along the eastern portion of the peninsula near Ocean City, but for the most part, those southerly winds are going to keep our conditions and our temperatures feeling much more suitable as we head on into our overnight hours. Now our temps are going to drop down to the upper 40s, and we're still going to see that cloud cover hanging out with us as we head on into tomorrow. Now we do have the potential of breaking a record high for that matter. Temps could be in the upper or mid to lower 70s. Now as we climb throughout the week for our 7-day forecast, Thursday through Saturday, we will notice the effect of a warm front rolling through our area just to the north. We have a chance of scattered showers for your Saturday with the possibility of thunderstorms. Temps are going to drop back down to the 50s on Sunday, but slowly start to climb with the possibility of reaching that 60-degree mark for your Wednesday. Brooke?
Thanks, Stevie. And with Black History Month coming to a close, Juliana Albano highlights how the university has publicly displayed their appreciation for our diverse history.
To walk into this building is to walk back in time. Before school integration, this building in Sharptown was an African-American elementary school. Newell Quinton says 2 institutions anchored any Black community prior to integration: the church and the school.
And even our grandparents, they knew the things that they were denied were the things that they want to make sure that the children received. And one of those was education.
Quinton did not want to see the century-old building waste away, so he stepped in to preserve history. He contacted the Maryland Historical Trust and learned the Sharptown Colored School was eligible for state preservation grants. Curator Janie Krynas dove into NAB's archival collections and contacted community members to create this exhibit highlighting the history of Black education on the Eastern Shore.
This really is telling a history, and I think one of the important things that you can see in this exhibit is things happened throughout history that we're experiencing today.
Salisbury resident Shaney Shields attended the all-Black Salisbury High during the time of desegregation. For her, the desegregation process was chaotic, but she says it was also destructive on the Black community.
I'm a believer in not tearing down things, renovate them. I think it's cheaper, but people are not historical.
Sharptown is once again the center of the community, a meeting place and tutoring center.
So people cherish the building because it provided such an outlet, such a focus, such a promise.
The NAB Center's free exhibit will stay on display until May. In Salisbury, I'm Juliana Albano reporting.
Thanks, Juliana. Professors gathered together for the 7th Annual Teaching and Learning Convention this past Friday, sponsored by the Instructional Design and Delivery Office. SUTV's Arthur Lembo shows us how the faculty is working hard to incorporate new teaching methods into their classrooms.
Sometimes teachers need to learn too. This past Friday marked the 7th Annual Teaching and Learning Conference. Melissa Thomas, head of the Instructional Design Delivery, explains what the event is all about.
The annual teaching conference is really for faculty across disciplines to come and share and talk about the things that they are doing to enhancing the teaching and learning aspect that they are here. A lot of times faculty are considered researchers, but yet we are a teaching institution also. And so it's great for the faculty to come together so that they can hear what other people are doing and how it's affecting our students. Finding the right tools for each class and for each discipline is the most important thing.
The event saw professors of all kinds collaborating on new teaching and learning techniques. Haley Christea of the Instructional Design Delivery explains what her session is all about.
I am co-leading a session on creating interactive and engaging content with the rest of ID&D. They will learn about some softwares that we have available on campus, such as Panopto, iSpring, and Camtasia, that can create interactive pieces that can be put into my classes to increase student engagement.
The conference allows the faculty from all different departments to interact with one another.
Speak with your colleagues, that they're in the classroom, they're finding innovative ways to reach our students. So we all really, at the end of the day, we want to reach our students, help them be scholars, help them be successful, and college is the avenue for that, and we feel very passionate about that. And if you do not speak to your colleagues, if you do not talk about the process of teaching, then you can become isolated and can even lose enthusiasm for what you do. When you come together and you talk about these great ideas, there's an energy and a synergy, and we all become better educators when we talk to each other about how we reach our students.
Hopefully, techniques shared at the conference will find their way into classrooms and the minds of SU students. For SUTV, this is Arthur Lembo reporting.
Thanks, Arthur. And something that you can check out next week is the Tawani Film Festival that continues in Fulton Hall. SUTV spoke to the head of the festival to see what to expect.
So we received a grant from the French Embassy to set up that French Film Festival. So it's composed of 6 movies, 5 that are contemporary and 1 that they call classic. We were thinking that we wanted diversity in what we were choosing. We picked a movie related to social issues such as adoption, a movie that was more artsy, based on the Nouvelle Vague. So we were trying to touch different audiences and different topics as well. Well, France is a big country when it comes to cinema. A lot of foreign films are very different in terms of structure of the film, in terms of ending. I think there is a lot of love for the artistic side of the movies and also the more philosophical side of the movies. And that's something that is maybe less important in the US and American public is less used to. And I think that's really a great trait of French cinema, to really focus on psychology and things that don't necessarily make us feel good. All the showings are in Fulton 111 at 7 p.m., so either on a Wednesday or on Thursday, and it's free for the public. All of them are with subtitles in English.
And the upcoming films that you can check out in Fulton 111 include The Approved Adoption on March 1st and a documentary about Yves Saint Laurent on March 9th. All showings are going to start at 7 p.m. Now, Stevie, do you think that these thunderstorms on Saturday are going to affect the lacrosse and baseball games?
Well, I sure hope not. I mean, we may see a couple sprinkles here or two towards the beginning of the day, but that's going to start to move out as we head throughout the day. But definitely, if you're going to be out on Saturday, take advantage of it, because temperatures are going to drop down to the 50s after we reach Saturday until Sunday. So, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to some more warm weather.
Yeah, me too. I hope so. I'm loving these warm temps.
Exactly. And that's all we have for you here this week. Tune in next Tuesday for our first game show of the semester vocab test. And be sure to come back and see us on Wednesday for more SUTV Evening News. For all of us here in the studio, I'm Brooke Reese. Have a great night.
Vice President of Student Affairs, Dr. Haney.